Happy hump day, Manna Gatherers. It is the middle of the week. It is Wednesday, and here we are to receive God's good stuff. I hope you're ready to open your hearts and just take it all in. These words we have today, this whole week, in fact, from Titus 1:10 through 12. Good words from Paul, the Apostle Paul, to his mentee, Pastor Titus. And today I will be reading from Titus 1 in the Message translation of the Bible. A little different reading today. For there are a lot of rebels out there, full of loose, confusing, and deceiving talk. Those who were brought up religious and ought to know better are the worst. They've got to be shut up. They're disrupting entire families with their teaching, and all of it for the sake of a fast buck. So, I grew up singing, and yes, today I'm going to attempt to sing it for you. Be careful, little mouth, what you say. Be careful, little mouth, what you say. For the Father above, He is looking down with love. Be careful, little mouth, what you say. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. For the Father above, He is looking down with love. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. I can still hear my mom saying that to us all the time. Two reminders from this song and our verses in Titus 1. One, words matter. Yes, they do. Words matter. Words can harm or they can heal. Or as Paul says in the Message translation of Titus today, words can confuse or they can comfort. Let's choose words that heal and comfort, not words. Let's not participate in spreading about words that can hurt and confuse. And to a message that we have from a lesson that we have from this song in Titus 1, a second lesson, you are the company you keep, as that saying goes. Be careful of the company that you choose. Be careful not to surround yourself with gossipers, with slanderers, with liars, with braggarts, those caught up in things that you know are just plain wrong, because it is not in one ear and out the other. When you're around that all the time, it starts to take root in your own life. I like that Paul says, those who were brought up religious and ought to know better are the worst. Yes, amen, amen, amen. Brother Paul, yes, and I could get on a whole soapbox of what John Wesley had to say about those type of people. Religious who were brought up to know better are the worst when they participate in idle talk and gossip and spreading rumors and rebellious behavior. They know better. Those almost Christians or altogether heathens is what John Wesley called them. We must, as Christ followers, be careful with our words. And to hearken back or reference yesterday's manna, we must be careful with what we choose to feed our mind, bodies, and souls by what we are choosing to listen to and who we're choosing to listen to and who we're choosing to hang around. There are balcony people and there are basement people. I once heard a pastor say, people who bring you up, and then people who just kick you down and bring you down along with everyone else around them. However, as a follower of Christ, we must be intentional and very committed to and careful about being balcony people to all of those around us. Not just our friends and family, but to everyone. People who lift up and encourage, even if that means from time to time speaking words of accountability and words of constructive criticism. Don't just hear criticism. Constructive criticism is different than just criticism. Constructive criticism looks for the best in people, wants to lift up and encourage. As we hear Paul saying to us this morning, speaking through Titus 1, reminding one another, hey, don't get caught up in all that idle talk and the gossip and the spreading of rumors and any kind of conversation that tears down another child of God. Because, well, everyone is, we are all children of God. So be careful, little mouth, what you say, says Paul. Manna gatherers, we are truly the ones Paul says who know better. So, in knowing better, when such ugly talk happens in our presence, it is okay to, one, walk away and not participate in such talk. But even better, number two, not just to remain silent, but to say something, especially if it's happening at church or in a gathering of people who you know they call themselves Christian. Hey, that was hurtful or harmful or judgmental comment. Or, I wonder how he or she would feel about what you're saying about them. Or maybe just a simple, yeah, I wonder how God sees that situation. Or I wonder how God sees that person. Might just make somebody think about what they're saying. I don't know exactly what to tell you to say in such situation when you find yourself among idle talkers and gossipers and rumor spreaders and rebellious people, but I do know you don't have to take it. And you can remind people and point them back to God, saying, be careful, little mouth, what you say. I do know we need one another. We need one another to remind one another to guard our speech against all that is unkind, unhelpful, unloving, and non-encouraging. Such words tear down and divide. And Jesus, we must remember, came to unite us to one another. So be careful, little mouth, what you say, and be careful, little ears, what you hear. That's all I have for you today, Manna Gatherers. I'll see you on Thursday.